The policies that we make, the decisions that we do, directly affect people every single day. Addiction services are no different. I think it is the fiscally conservative thing to do, but I think it's the right thing to do for our community. And thank you so much, Emily, for your leadership in bringing us all together. You look at, we have people from local government. I see Councilwoman Leet here with us. I see Representative Meeks here in the audience. I see several judges. I see Judge Bowles here. I see individuals from the Healing Place, from VOA, from Centerstone, all the way up. We're all brought together for one common goal: to stop this terrible epidemic, right? We know we have an epidemic, but we also know what the answer is. It's a multifaceted approach. It's about making access to recovery available. It's about removing the stigma of addiction so that people can get help. I see Attorney General Beshear. I see Secretary Tilley. I remember when they first came to Metro Council and we were speaking about this syringe exchange. Politically, that was a firebomb when that first went off. I had a long conversation with Congressman Yarmouth early on about it, about the need that we had to have. And I'll tell you, this community, bipartisan, at every level of government, stood up and said, we will not be like the other communities where HIV and AIDS had run rampant. We will put aside any kind of personal political games and bias and everything else and do what's right for the community and for the individuals. And I've never been so proud of my community as when we came together like that. That's right. Two years ago at this rally, I attended and I learned more and more about what we can do. But it's not just about clapping our hands and raising our voice. It's about taking that information and implementing it and doing things with it. Some of you have heard me tell the story about when we had the first naloxone training in Southwest Regional Library. I put that in my district. I was told that that may not be the most politically correct thing to do. Y'all know me, I don't care. We did that. We had a group of people and it was successful. I didn't know how successful until my friend gave me a call sometime thereafter and let me know that she saved her son's life. Some of you have heard Karen's story. If it wouldn't have been for that access and for that training, her son wouldn't be here today. And he is a success story. She has come out and she's spoken, and we've had trainings throughout Metro Louisville, and we've saved lots of lives. That's the positive thing that these organizations, these groups, and these leaders have come together to make happen. That's saving lives. But it's not just enough to keep them from dying. We've got to make sure they have the access to recovery. And that's what the Healing Place, Centerstone, VOA, and so many other recovery, Beacon House, so many other places, they offer that. You know, I see our county attorney here, and I know with the mayor, I applaud the lawsuit that's been filed against the opioid providers. We know what a great disservice they've done to our community, and they ought to be able to fit in that bill, because not only have they cost us so much money, they've cost us so many lives. And so that's a fight that I'm very supportive of, and I hope everybody here is as well. I hope that money will come right back into the services that we need so much. Louisville Metro does what we can. We put money to the Healing Place. We did the VOA. I'm trying to give as many shots as I can for the programs that we have here today. We put those money where we can, but we cannot do it alone at local government, and I promise you the state can't do it either. It's got to have to be a federal response, and that's why I'm so proud to have Congressman John Yarmouth up here with us today fighting that fight. It's personal to me. Emily pointed out a little bit about me talking on NPR or whatnot, and I think it's important that sometimes we don't just stand up on our soapbox. But I'll tell you a personal story is I grew up in a household with addiction. My father is a recovering addict, and addictions run rampant in my family. I know the horrors and tribulations of going the up and down of that. I knew how to turn my own water back on when I was 11 years old because of losing everything over and over again. But I also know the miracle of recovery. And I know what it's like when someone can work a strong 12-step program, when someone can have a support group, and when they can turn it over to a higher power. And I think it's so important, not only for the addicts suffering, but for the people that love them around them and for our community. And so it's so important that we have access. When someone wants help, there should be beds available. As long as we're in office, the people up here in office, as long as we're in office, I believe I can say in one voice, when someone wants help, we will do everything we can to respond and make that available.